could put fire back in the soul. Keep me up, and they telling me I should lead a fire alone. But the more they tell me, the more I'm willing. I could never let you go. Miss how she made. Y'all are coming home, I wanna see you again. Hold on through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, miss how she made. When you turn it up, make it smooth and darling. When the outside is pouring rain.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind welcome and greeting. Good evening to the incoming Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Biswas of Senior Council. Fellow candidates, activists, supporters, members of the media, LHD is here. Are you here? Thank you, Couva North, the rock upon which, Couva North, thank you, the rock upon which the UNC is built. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago locked on the various media, welcome to the biggest, baddest, boldest political party in the Caribbean, the United National Congress. On its march to victory, thank you for coming out in your thousands, representative of all of Trinidad and Tobago. The reason you are here is that you know it to be true, you know it in your heart, it resonates with you, that when the UNC wins, everybody wins. When the UNC wins, you win. That is who we are as the UNC. When we were busy building our party to meet this moment, the PNM was busy destroying our country and way of life. The UNC is not only about a coalition of interests, we are also a coming together of people. The United National Congress and its People's Revolution will win the election on April 20th, 2025. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they tell you. It doesn't matter what they do. They cannot change the course of destiny. It is written that Kamla Prasad Biswas will be the second female prime minister of this country. It doesn't matter. And because of you, UNC, because of your relentless pressure or your unrelentless pressure, Stuart Young found small change in his pocket to pay public servants. You know, because that is the on-the-job training prime minister. So everything that Kamla Prasad Biswas said she's going to do, he runs and he tries to upmanship her and he announces it. But we know Stuart Young can't do anything. He's just an announcer, OJT prime minister. Because of the UNC pressure, Young saying they will ease up on the demerit system, which really was a cruel system and really acted anti the interests of our taxi drivers and maxi taxi drivers. Of course, Kamla Prasad Biswas had said, we are going to review that system and make it more just. Because of UNC pressure, they find Forex today for small and medium-sized businesses, many of which has gone out of business because of the PNM, because of their policies. But because of UNC pressure, they found Forex today. So let us keep at it until the 28th of April. Do not relent or take your eyes off the target, because Freedom Day is on the 28th of April, 2025. Freedom Day. Do not celebrate, however, as if you have won already, because you know the PNM is loose and desperate. They're going crazy. They don't know what to do. The polls are telling them just what they are telling us, that they are gone. So don't worry yourself when you see they come with any fake polls, because that is all kind of scheme. Just as today, they put out some kind of foolishness about San Fernando. But you know the thing with PNM, they just like to overdo. So the thing look as if it's some kind of fairy tale, some kind of nonsense. So people, please, when you see PNM put out that thing, do not call up my phone. I'm tired enough already. All right? You know that is rubbish. It makes no sense. Dr. Dowlat does not behave in that manner. So let's move on. So neither do you waste your votes with small parties fronting for the PNM. None of these parties can form any government. They can't form a Susuhan. They can't form a credit union. They can't form no government, so don't waste no time with them. So ask yourself, what purpose are they serving? They're serving your purpose, and they want to deny you your freedom. So you know on the 28th of April, what do? You get up early and you go out, because the 28th of April is Freedom Day. Will you allow this party to deny you your freedom? Will you allow them to deny your children their laptops? Will you let them take back the baby grants? What about old age pension? Because you know they're going to take that back too. So if you allow these small parties, do not vote for them. Don't waste your time to experiment. That really, as Watts will say, that is happening here tonight. All right, so voting does not stop until 6 p.m. on the 28th of April, when you know that you have taken all the people you know to go and vote solidly for the United National Congress. For all of those, all those of you, the PNM call names for joining the United National Congress, you know that in the House of the Rising Sun, there are many mansions. And if it were not so, we would have told you. I'm sure you are happy, right? Don't let them come and try to divide us. We don't have time for that. Because when it is anybody leave from the UNC, and you know, because when they're in good house, bad houses call them, we just say, go with God. Live long and prosper. Rowley and Stuart Young called Karen Nunes Teixeira a woman of accomplishment. This woman is an attorney at law. She's a lecturer in the law school. She was a former Minister of Finance, Stuart Young, who Rowley had to lift him up like a baby to run with him over some kind of finish line. He can't face no kind of contest, but he calls Karen Nunes Teixeira, who had won an election, she's a potong. He called her potong. And Rowley felt that that was not good enough. The man who sat next to him, his senior, his superior, a man of class, a senior counsel, a man who has worked hard, the man decided that he's going to back Kamla Prasad Misasa and the UNC for the next election. What did he call him? He called him a dog. But he must know. He must know. I mean, he calls this man a dog. So if Rowley calls John Jeremy a dog, what will he call you? What will he call you? You know this is very disqualifying. If Kamla Prasad Misasa called anybody a dog, you know what happened? The newspaper couldn't have column enough to write. All now, they're hounding her. We will be sitting here crying as if it's a funeral, wondering how much seats we're going to lose by. We would have lost the election, but they are there propping up Rowley. But you know what? The ordinary man in his kitchen, the woman in her bedroom, the teenager in the toilet, they're on social media. And they say, Rowley got to go. Yellow is the code. Stuart Young has to go. Yellow is the code. And they're vexed. They're vexed because we are being carried by the ordinary man and the ordinary woman. Remember, we told you that the ground will carry you. We believe in you. Kamla Prasad Misasa believes in you. And that is why we could openly and boldly make the pledge. When UNC wins, you win. You win. And you hold us to that. You hold us to that promise, to that covenant. When UNC wins, you win. That is why we are credible people. You know what you got when Kamla Prasad Misasa was Prime Minister. Now, with a man inside here, usually, I don't call people names. Many people come up to me and say, Miss John, we like how you just talk. I don't call people names because I, as a personal value, don't get into spitting competition with skunks. But it have a man by the name of Foster Cummins, I find he going too far. He going too far. This hustler going too far. And they must feel I afraid them. But me afraid them, I from Charville. We always have something to say. We afraid nobody. I afraid them. I from Charville. But as I said, I don't get into spitting competition with skunks. So if it's one thing PNM hate, just as how devil hate holy water, is when you help poor people. They don't like poor people. Them here for the rich to get richer. So I remembered, as a UNC value, in 2012, when there was flood in Digo Martin, they vote for Kamla Prasad Misasa. You know who was leading that charge? Kamla Prasad Misasa, inside the Digo Martin, to help the people who were flooded out. I remembered. There was a time, I think around the same time, St. Joseph in Laventille got flooded out. Mr. Warner, as the Minister of Works and Transport, calling up my phone from 4 a.m. When you're going, Jack Warner and I in the flood waters. I am the managing director. He's minister. We in the flood waters going to find people in St. Joseph Village, Laventille. After that same evening, we moved them to Las Alturas into brand new apartments. That is what UNC does. So when I was coming into La Horquetta, Tacoma Avenue, and water pushing my SUV, I went to my office. People started to call me distress in La Horquetta because people house flood out. I went to a lady in Lady Bird Avenue. She said, look how my fridge floating away, but that's okay, didn't have nothing in it anyway. Cummins and them hate those kind of people. They don't care about those people. Your man fridge floating away. So good Samaritans in the UNC came and sent some appliances. And I took it to them as a good UNC. Be your neighbor's keeper. Do unto others. Love your neighbors as you love yourself. Them have that as if it's something that I did that was wrong. How dare you, Cummins? You think I am you? When mothers come to you, you watching them up and down as if you're a fashion police and say, if I do this for you, what you going to do for me? And it matters not if she's pregnant. Listen to me. I don't have the time tonight. I don't have the time. Not tonight, as Jack Warner will say. You store your role inside the La Horquetta Talparo. Mind your stops and get in your section with Jearlean John. I from Charlottesville. They are doing as if when you help poor people, something wrong with that. I make no apologies for helping poor people. That is a UNC value. And when we enter on the 28th of April, we enter as a team of empathy, a team of love, a team of consideration, a team that will work hard for everybody. Because when UNC wins, everybody will win. Everybody will win. Everybody will win. Cummins don't know about a boy named Spoonhead who told me at 15 years, as he texted Miss John, what happened, Spoonhead? I have to go to court. Why? I committed I'm on charge for attempted murder. When? 2 years ago. He was how old are you? 17. He was 15. These are the issues we have in La Horquetta Talparo. This is what you should be bothering yourself about. Not about me. If I help somebody, that is what you are called to do as a representative of the people. You are not called to walk wrong and say, if I do this, what will you do for me? That's not good enough, and we are not going to accept it. And on the 28th of April, La Horquetta Talparo will vote sensibly, and they will vote resoundingly for Mr. Philip Watts. Philip Watts. So, folks, you know he's a man can open his mouth for Stuart Young. They outsmart him, right? 11 of them had voted for Stuart Young, 9 against. I heard he was the 12th man because when they opened the book and said, here's your file, he said, friend, don't let me bring it here. Calm down and let me move on to other things. So, you can see something is happening. The ground is ready. The people are ready to take us to a great victory. People who had talked to me in 10 years, calling up my phone. If in 10 years you didn't remember my number, please keep it forgotten. All right? Because my people of Trinidad and Tobago, they have carried me. They have comforted me. And on the 20th of April, the 99%, we are going to be in your service. When UNC wins, all of you will win. All of you will win. So, Mr. Young and the job training program cost us $500 billion. 5,000 lives. The closure of Petrotrain. You see, Rowley do everything to hand over to this child, and he like a child with matches. He burned down the whole damn house, and we living in the ashes. And now it's wheat to catch, and it will take Kamla Prasad Bissessar to bring us back to some kind of sanity. So, as I said, on the 28th of April 2025, thousands of everyday Trinidadians and Tobagonians will rise to defend that for which they have fought, freedom against tyranny. We will not raise a barricade. We will not lift our voices. We will not be marching to the tempo of drums. No big truck. We will march to the polls with the echo of our hearts, crying for justice, crying for freedom. 28th of April 2025 is Freedom Day. And as our beloved Prime Minister incoming has told us, 28th of April is what? Take it as a holiday. Because you have work to do. You have work to do. You have to go and get out to vote. You have to go and vote for freedom. Go vote for change. Go vote for your laptops. Go vote for better health care. Vote for the youths. Vote for Spoonhead. Many have lost their way. Just recently, I think there was a 17-year-old who is currently waiting to be buried in Horquetta. First time bothering about that. He's too busy sweating up big shot people house in the night, drinking and eating, and then coming back and telling you how much he hates Indians. Or you don't let PNM people harass me. My mouth ain't good. So vote for safety, vote on security. Trinidad and Tobago, vote for change. Vote for change, vote for freedom, vote for justice. So I come to say to you this evening, however difficult the moment, however frustrating the hour, it will not be long. How long? Not long, because no lie can live forever. PNM is a lie. They said they have done something, but we know they have done nothing, as Stark said. All right? Not how long, not long. Because you shall reap what you sow. And PNM will be out of office, and they will reap what they sow. They will come out here to face the wrath of the people for being too cruel for 10 years. How long, not long. How long, not long. How long, not long. Why? Because the arc of the moral universe is long, and it bends towards justice. Justice, we will have justice for Jomo Mothers. Recently, I was walking in Couva North, and I saw a lady, and she ran out and she hugged me. And she said, I'm giving you this hug to take the Kamla Prasad Besesa. I'm the grandmother of Jomo Mothers, who died, who they murdered, 9 years old, on Africa Grounding Enterprise. Africa Grounding Enterprise. She said, the only people who talk about that is Kamla and the UNC. I want to thank her, and I'm voting for Kamla Prasad Besesa because yellow is the code. So thank you, Honorable Leader. So the people... So on the 28th of April, we'll vote for bread, peace, and justice. The people of Toko, Sandy Grande, Sturge will win. They can't win. Sturge will win Toko, Sandy Grande, and Toko, Sandy Grande will vote for bread, peace, and justice. The people of Moruga Tableland will vote for justice. The people of San Fernando West will vote for justice. People, it will not be easy because freedom ain't free. So you have to get up early. Get up early. Make your plan before. Pick up everybody. Don't wait for anybody to pick you up because you have to pay a price for your freedom. However, it's not long again. I say, how long? It will not be long. So UNC, keep your feet on the ground because the ground will carry us to a great victory. Keep hope alive. Thank you very much.
When UNC